Hello, hello. Welcome back if you are returning, and welcome here if this is your first time. Let's tap in and see what energies are telling us, what messages are in the energetic fields that are floating around us at this time. And we'll start with the keys of the Arcturians. Which way is this? Okay, star power. Liberation. The energy of liberation gives you the strength to let go of your judgments about yourself. The freedom that arises strengthens your self-esteem and self-image. Try to live without prejudice, because otherwise you are, in fact, judging yourself. Oh, it's so true. Okay. We all do this sometimes. Judge someone's appearance, for example. It could be their hair, their clothes, or their physical appearance, but what does that say about us? Could it be that deep down we would like to wear the same clothes but don't have the courage to do so? Does it remind you of your fear of wearing something that is not mainstream or orthodox? Sometimes in our hearts, we would like to do whatever we want to do without wondering what other people might think or say. In fact, it reminds us of our desire for inner freedom. Liberate yourself from these judgments and listen to your voice of freedom. Yes, and that's a good way of starting this mindful, taking accountability for self and paying attention to your thoughts, that whole thing, is when you catch yourself making a judgment about another person, turning it around and seeing where that's coming from and how that relates to you. Right? Sometimes it's like, I would never wear that. How come they think they can get away with wearing it? And it's like, there's a judgment, there's a self-limitation and a projection onto the other person, right? Like, and it's like this expectation that we should all be the same. I would never say something like that. So what gives you the right to do so? Okay, we will see what the rune cards want to add to that, or those messages so far. Ready? Oh, there we go. We have Othello and Degas. Okay. So Othello was in yesterday's reading. So if you find some resonance with this reading, you may find resonance with yesterday's reading as well. Okay, Othello. Home, inheritance, group prosperity, heritage, and ancestors. Okay, it's about being mindful, basically leaving what you've inherited better than you received it for the next generation, right? So like the hermit crab, taking care of his shell and adding to it, even understanding that, eventually it's going to grow out of that shell and move on to another one, and that another little crab is going to inherit that shell, right? And then we have Degas, which is right before it. Breakthrough, awakening, enlightenment, balance point, and transformation. Okay, this is that period right before you're going to take off and fly. Right when the butterfly emerges from the cocoon, it's not ready to go right away. It takes a little bit of an acclimation period for the wings to unfurl and a few flutters, right, in order to build the confidence and the strength in order to catch that wind current and take you on your way. Okay. Let's see. So we've got this inheritance, mindfulness, and this breakthrough, transformative newness, and this leaving behind self-criticism and judgment of self. Right? It's like the making assumptions based on your own skewed judgment of self. Like, they probably wouldn't want me because I'm not as good as I think I am. As an example. Right? You're ending up, holding yourself back in a self-limiting illusion, really, because that's not necessarily true. It's only what you think is true. And it's actually ego trying to keep you stuck and safe. Right? Because It could be true. Someone else could be feeling that way. But that has nothing to do with you. That's their own projection, their own insecurities, if that were the case. The point is for you to get so confident and secure in your own that if you're not for somebody, that's okay, for whatever reason. Whether it be because of something that they think about you, that doesn't make it true for you, right? And you're not going to move forward, you're not going to get places unless you keep moving forward. Find out for sure. Put yourself out there. Get out into the world. Be seen. It's a lot of cards. Okay. Did we get there? Okay. Being seen, being the center of your world, unabashedly. Look at that. That person is giving no Fs, right? They are just owning it, claiming it, enjoying it, loving it, center of their own world. And the cosmos and abundance is growing around them to support them. This is the state, this transforming into this utilizing the inheritance, the knowledge, the things of the past, all of the things, right? Tapping in intuitively, as well as, learning from things that have been modeled to you from your parents and grandparents, and also considering, the choice you have in what you model for your children and grandchildren, right? So that's that being in that middle point in between the two, with this awareness of the past and the awareness of the future, but being in the present, because that's where you are right now. Transforming, moving from this little shell, which could be like a cocoon. You put a lot of hard work into this, and it's not all for naught. This leaving the shell to move into a bigger one. It's like this butterfly leaving the cocoon to start its new life in this new form. Okay, let's see here. So we have a tower, and you can't, this is the tower, right? The leaving the cocoon, the leaving the shell, the leaving the familiar and moving to the unknown. That alone is a tower. This is also perspective, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, right? Towers can happen in all kinds of ways. The Queen of Pentacles is very much connected with her intuition, focusing on her own things, surrounded by abundance. So I get this like feminine aspect of hermiting. I mean, the hermit is non-gendered. It's all non-gendered, but this is more the intuitive, focusing on your personal realms in the 3D realm, right? Okay, we got the pentacles, which is earth. So like your home and your work. Okay. Yeah. Leaping. Blind faith. Putting yourself out into the world and being seen, but being balanced. And I feel like this is connected with the towers. How you respond to towers really matters, right? Are you freaking out, or are you like, why is this happening to me? Like I've lost control and I don't know what to do. Or okay, this happened. What's it teaching me? Is this a portal to the new? Like that perspective change. Take them grounded. Take them centered. Okay, there's your spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. Spiritual. No, what did I say? Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Okay, and we've got 9 into the 10. So this is momentum that you're building towards something that is coming. Okay, we got 9 of Cups turning into a 10 of Cups. This is momentum here in this grounded, fixed state. This is a dedication to your emotional well-being. Okay, your emotional frequency. This is not freaking out at all the towers. This is maintaining, it's not about not freaking out. It's about how long you stay in that state and how long you carry it with you and how you resonate because of it, right? But I have a feeling that you are getting very good at riding those things and allowing them to be, especially things that are out of your control, right? There's no use fighting against it. It's like Abraham Hicks talks about, some things you can get ahead of before it builds momentum, and other things, once it's going, the only thing that you can do is get out of the way of it and let it do what it's got to do. and, be mindful and get ahead of the next thing, right? Okay, so the world and confidence. Here's your confidence heading out into the world. This is also discernment, knowing when to make a move, what to cut away, what to, and this is a page, so it's like the teenager or the young adult heading out into the world, not quite the queen, not quite the king, right? Not a master at it, but still ready, right? She's actively moving forward with her sword here. Okay, so this is the looking at things from a different perspective. And I feel like this is that shift, right? Even when somebody speaks aggressively to or at you, detaching and recognizing that that's where they are at in their journey, and it really has nothing to do with you. You can choose what you take on, right? There's this thing going on that's come up a couple times about the idea of a war, like even spiritual warfare or psychological warfare, all this stuff. It only becomes a war when both sides are actively engaging, right? It's not a war if it's coming at you from one side, but there's no opponent, right? It's like a tennis game, right? It's only a game. It only becomes a volley when there's two people on either side, or people on either side tossing that ball back and forth. But the minute there's nobody there, then this person can toss balls all day if they want, and they're not coming back. They're not coming back. Okay, so this is fast moving energy here. It's this Knight of Cups, and we've got this Ten of Cups here. So sleep of faith, out into the world, okay, with confidence, shifted perspectives. So we got two nines here. The Nine of Wands. This is like your spiritual garden here. Hold on. Is that better? Yes. Right? Tapped in here, your heart space, your third eye, and your higher self here. And spirit team, intention, all the things. So Nine of Cups and Nine of Wands. So Cups is like emotion and momentum, and this is more like thoughts and words. So I feel like this is like the process of learning how to control your emotions, see things from different perspectives, that allows you to detach and have compassion more than defense, ego, pride, those things that create conflict, right? It's like somebody throws or serves the ball and you're like, how dare they? And you grab a racket and you serve it right back. Well, now you're part of the game. But we forget we can choose to not pick up that racket, to just be like, yep, they served a ball. There it goes. Now it's just sitting there, lying there on the ground. Okay, then, have a nice day. I'm going to go eat some pie. I don't know what you do, but pie is good. Okay, and then the Five of Pentacles here. So with this one, for me, it's like the halfway point, right? We've got you're halfway to 10 or you're halfway to 1, right? This masculine and feminine holding hands, they're either walking towards the temple or they're walking away from it. They're either staying out in the cold longer or they're going in where it's warm, okay? And so this is that shifting of perspective here. And I feel like this balancing, because we've got this Four of Pentacles turning into a Five of Pentacles, surrounded by these cups. So it's like I want to say, a communication of your truth and the sharing of your cups, sharing of your emotion, and knowing when to and when not to. There's this energy here. The Knight of Cups is like a messenger of some kind, bringing in this cup with passion, right? They got the red cloak and the horse of purity, power, in go mode. And let's see what else comes up and supports these cards here. I feel like if we go back to this judgment, self-judgment, and viewing them as these tower moments, these moments where you are given a choice, right? Do you pick up the racket and serve back, or do you not, right? With your perspective change and your grounding, your confidence within yourself, confidence within yourself, it's like when you're learning like karate or taekwondo or something, you have this confidence that you could kick somebody's butt, right? Or defend yourself if need be. But what it also does is it shows you that you don't have to engage either. Like just because you can kick someone's butt doesn't mean you need to, right? It usually becomes a last resort. This is kind of like the samurai code, right? They are only pulling their sword out when somebody's going to die, and it's either you or them, right? But having it, there's this confidence. I could kill you, but I'd rather not. You know what I mean? Okay. And then we have this Six of Wands coming out. So this is the choosing to balance your masculine and feminine. So there you go. You've chosen the high road. You've chosen to communicate with love and compassion. And sometimes that means not communicating. You're not engaging in those lower frequency combative things. You are viewing tower moments as things that are showing you something, teaching you something, or clearing away something for something new and better to take its place. And that alone is such a huge tower, because you are like, see, you're just moving through your world with grace, really, right? And an understanding that all things work out for your greatest and highest good. So if this is happening, then it must be for my greatest and highest good. There you have the Four of Wands, the balanced, joyful pillar. This is also symbolic of the 1111 divine union, right? This is the masculine and feminine moving together towards the highest and greatest good. So this is the sun and the moon coming together. This is the effect of choosing love and peace. And this affects the world. Even if you're not, in the middle of the stage, in the middle of a stadium with 50,000 million people eyeballing you, just in your world, just by not engaging in those things, not giving attention to those things that are going to bring you down, make you upset, sad, engage you in conflict, choosing peace ripples out. Right? Just think about every person that you have an argument with. What's that serving? It's not helping them, it's not helping you. It's just making everybody stay in this low, hurtful, projecting, just each person just projecting the stuff they don't want to deal with, the stuff that they don't want to consider, the stuff that they hold. Okay, and then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is a recognition that things take time. I feel like this is over here with the double nines here, this connection to your spiritual realms and this building of momentum. This knight is a patient knight. This knight is very attention to detail and takes care and doesn't move without careful consideration. Okay, so maybe he's not here. Maybe he's up here by this Queen of Pentacles here. Because that's kind of what, this is like the balancing here, because the Queen, she's taking her time. She's tending to her own, right? To her garden, to her intuition. And this is that building the momentum here. This leap of faith, this trust into the unknown and jumping. This has a little bit more of an active energy. Not to say this Knight of Pentacles can't be active, but he's kind of waiting to make the move here. He's kind of been waiting to make the move. Okay, and then this one here is reaching your goal, getting to the top. It's not a race, right? Look at all these other people at different levels, different stages on their pathway to the top. You just happen to be there now. Okay, and from there you can see a lot. Okay, and I feel like this gives you the leg up on how you navigate towers that come into your life. And I bet they are happening less and less. And it's because of your ability to change what they mean. So maybe he's here. Shifted perspective and clear seeing from the top of the mountain, right? He's got a bird's eye view here, which is adding to the confidence of moving forward. So we've got the Emperor here. And this could be coming out of this hermiting stage and taking leaps of faith towards balance, abundance, joy, and love here. Because the Emperor is a action taking master, right? The embodiment of all 4 kings and all 4 queens. Moving towards love, but the 7 of Cups came out, flipped just before love appeared, or the Lovers. So something about overflowing here. Lucky, something lucky. There's people involved, like a soul tribe, because this luck is pouring into this cup, and then the cup is overflowing into all these other cups here. So this is connected to being grounded and balanced. Okay, so it could be an opportunity, but I'm thinking because this Lovers came out that, you know, whether it's a person that you love or will love you both ways, always, or a job opportunity that you will love, it's coming in, it seems to be coming in, and it's going to be like a tower moment. It's going to be like something, an upheaval. You'll never be able to go back to the way things were. Yeah, there's your Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. And I feel like it has something to do with the world and this message that's coming in here. Whether that's you speaking something that is creating this, like speaking your truth. This could be a cup full of truth that you are sharing compassionately with confidence, right? Or this is someone in your energy field moving quickly towards you because of the work that you have done that is going to turn the wheel in your favor and shift your world. Turn your world. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, round, 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 round. I want your love. Okay, so this is the 8 of Cups. This is the journey. This is about the journey, not so much the destination. So I'm getting a don't rush. Don't also don't forget where you've been, right? It really is about the journey, not so much the destination. The destination is great, but it's only great for a little while, and then you create a new journey for yourself and create a new destination, right? And destinations are a stop point. The journey is the movement forward, and life and living is moving forward. And the steps that were taken to get you anywhere, that's where you're building your expertise, your memories, your, you know, even towers, right? Like people, that's what they remember. Remember we went on that camping trip and you drove the car into the lake, or you know what I mean? Whatever the situation, you know, in the moment, that was a tower moment, but it's something that became an experience that shaped you, right? And so every experience, every step you take forward on your journey is like an uncovering of a part of yourself. This is why there's a constant death and release of the old, right? Death of the old and a birth of the new. We're in a constant state of renewal. Okay, so the queen does, oh, it's queens have arrived. So something about the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords energy coming out. This could be attached to an opportunity that's heading your way, or alternatively, these could be two individuals that you need to speak your truth to, okay, with confidence. And of course, they also could represent aspects of you, right? This is that transformed, discerning, protective, not afraid to cut away what needs to be released. And this is the shining, the being seen, being connected, intuition, right, with the black kitty there, and fertile, you know, the portal, protected. I think we just leave them here. Yeah, because there's like a coming against here. This is why it makes me think it might be someone you need to set clear boundaries with or speak your truth to, who helps, who in turn maybe has a tower moment and learns and shifts which way they end up venturing on this, going within or walking away, right? Like, this is why it's so important to speak your truth, not just for you and your energetic field, so that you're not holding or harboring these I shoulda, coulda, woulda said this, but I didn't. But also how it affects the other person, even if it's they're, complaining about what you said to somebody else, and then that person that they say it to is like, oh wow, that they said that, that's kind of awesome actually. Maybe I should speak my truth more. Right? Ripples. You just don't know who, where, what, how it touches everything around you. So keep rippling. And I think that's this Queen of Wands energy. She's rippling. She's like, yeah, I'm the queen, and this is what I have to say. This is my truth. And it's not about like it's still being compassionate. Sometimes saying your truth is not picking up the racket and just being like, I don't want to play that game. Sorry, bye. How often do we engage just because we feel like we should or have to, or it's expected of us, right? Just being like, no thanks. No excuses. No, over emphasizing or sharing. Okay, and this is ships coming in. It's abundance. They are coming in. Do not doubt it. Do not doubt it. Okay. I'm going to go through one more time, and we'll move on to a different deck here. Lots of messages in here. Oh, we got ancestral nudges and abundance. Okay, signs and synchronicities. Pay attention to them. They are helping you with your wheel here, and when to speak and what to speak and to whom to speak your truth to. Okay, this is part of what you have shifted your perspective, being able to recognize the signs and synchronicities. This is what sets you at the top of the hill here, is your ability to recognize and move forward confidently with them. Okay, so that's great. Okay, let's go to a wild one. Wild one cards. We have all of the cards. Okay, Death of the Old. This is that releasing. Death of the Old to birth the new. Okay, and change here. Yes, that's the Wheel of Fortune happening. Will bring great change. And the Voice, speaking your truth. Okay, let's just go there here. This is not death as you think of it. It is merely a new one being born. The grief you can feel from this is necessary for birth to renew you. It is okay to let go of what is not working, whether that is with people in your life or choices you've made, and it is only an opening for other things to embrace your day. I am sorry, Wild One, that it is a difficult road with many hurts and losses, yet I am also happy, as with this visceral grief you allow, you will reach heights you never dreamed. The ships have come to carry you home. The mists from the water are holding you through the shadows of your sorrowing self. You've come now to the end of what you knew. Rock in my arms, Wild One, for we know your pain. It is universal in its discovery, yet not all choose to see its magic. You may have experienced the loss of someone or something or parts of yourself or more that have changed and are different now. You will find the tears upon your face roll over your cheek as this too shall pass from your eye to the ocean below. As it only takes one drop of water into the sea for the drop to become part of the ocean and become whole and yet still remain a drop. Beautiful. Okay, this is your tower power here. Okay, and we have change. This card shows you are at a time in your life of big changes you have had no idea were coming. These changes have forced you to dig deeply inside the many chambers of your heart to discover the wonderfulness of your being and a strength you were simply unaware you had. Perhaps you are getting a taste of this strength for the first time. Be unafraid of your lush and beautiful succulence. Be unafraid of your lush and beautiful succulence. Instead, dance. Dance in front of the moon. Dance in the fullness of being. Keep dancing. The rest of you will catch up. You are magnificent. Beautiful. Sorry for the raspberry. Okay, and then of Voice. This card expresses a desire for you to tell your stories of your life, stories you've read, and wisdom you've learned through your journey on life's path. Share your experiences and nourish others with your stories. Touch others with your memories of life, however big and small. They are a treasure found in the time capsule of your heart at the precise time and place required, waiting to share the knowledge who we are in the scheme of things and acknowledge who we are in the scheme of things. Lending an ear will help others to tell more stories. Women need to tell more stories. Open the silent doors of wisdom and power within and unleash the tales of magic in everyday. The short, profound moments of mystery, the everyday humor of our daily experiences, the knowledge of our similar paths. Show each other we are here, ready to stand up and reveal who we are to one another. This will continue feeding our wisdom, nourishing our souls, empowering our beings so that others know that they too walk a worthy and powerful life. Never underestimate the power of a story. Story leads to places of knowing within. Let your stories be heard. Yeah, beautiful. And a beautiful confirmation of what I was talking about is like you never know what your ripples, who they touch or how, right? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, let's get a kitty card. Which kitties want to come out and play with us? Add to this reading. Who wants to have pets? Peace. Beautiful. Meet Serena. She will guide you to the sanctuary at the center of your being, the place of stillness in the midst of the flowing river of life. She knows the language of forgiveness and acceptance. If you are quiet for a moment and let your heart soften and open, she can teach you these true words so that you may rest your mind in the abode of peace. We cannot control the actions of others, but our perspectives, our feelings, and our choices remain in our power. Choose to be at peace, even as you work towards resolution, evolution, and change. Beautiful. Another gorgeous confirmation. Yay! Okay. Throw down a couple of these guys and call it a day. We got release. Yes, release. Kindness. Show kindness, right? Speaking your truth, but you can still be kind with your honesty. Play. Remain playful. Don't forget to play. Take those moments. There's your confidence. Moving forward with confidence. And creation. Playful creation. This is where you're heading. This creative state of balance and play. Beautiful. I'm sure that only matters to me. Okay. Because I feel like action, Emperor is creating, taking those steps into the unknown, which is part of creation. But this playfulness, right, with others here, part of the joy, and maybe connected with this wheel turning and this change, make it playful, right? Those tower moments, maybe you can laugh at some of them. Okay. There's the reading. And I hope it was good for you. Thanks for coming back if you are returning, and thanks for being here either way, if you're still here. And yeah, I hope whatever you're doing, you're making it awesome by choosing to. Okay, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Love ya. Bye.